What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my studio. I'm Joseph Finchum, you're you, and today we're working on this thing again. 31 prompts, one painting, audio video check. Thank you, Clark Fine Art. And I just want to mention real quick to answer Cadmium Red Feral Kitten. Uh, have I got a surprise for you? First of all, I got myself a Princeton Velvet Touch number 10 round. And probably a mistake, but I have a Princeton Aqua Elite 12 long round. So, I have some bigger brushes now. You happy? Okay, so before we start, I wanted to say a quick little thing about my Amazon rant. There is another little thing I guess I can add on to there, and Clark Fine Art, you'll probably want to hear this. I used your link when I bought it. And I know for a fact you didn't get any credit for that because of the way they kept messing with it. And I just thought that was another little shot in the ribs, you know? So, wanted to bring that up, and yeah, Clark, I'm sorry. Maybe next time. So, okay. So, to the painting, let's do it. Here we go. Okay. My little painting here. I'm not even sure where I want to start yet today. Lots to do still. Things to fix. And, yeah. Not sure where we're going to start. But it won't be with the big brushes. I don't think. Hey, George, thank you for coming. Donna, thank you for being here. Hope you're feeling better. I'm sure that was rough. You know. Yeah. But thank you for being here. Cadmium Red Feral Kitten, hello, everybody. I think that's everybody I got so far. Might be a lurker or two. You never know. But if you're out there and you're lurking, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, you know, hit the buttons, do the things. Okay, where are we going to start? So, I know I wanted to try and go through the list and make sure I had everything, because I wasn't sure last week. And like, okay, so number one is pattern, which I'm considering the mouse holes, which are sort of in a pattern. Rush, I don't think I have yet, unless you count this guy as rushing up into the air. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to add that. Turn is the U-turn, no U-turn sign, or U-turn sign. Signal is that little guy shooting up in the air. He is like a help signal, and he's being shot off of the soda bottle with matches in his hands. So he's like a signal flare. The patch was the patch of grass. The boat is rusty. This guy is sitting by a room full of bookcases, and he's got a little book in his hand, so he's studying. This little mouse is surfing on a feather. There is a trunk. Their little village is, or their little home here is buried. These guys could also be considered buried, but like, you know, cut off from the cave that got them there. They are huddled. Scratch, I think I just wanted to put like a line on the record or something to be Scratch. I'm not sure. Ooh. Okay. Good brush choices. Good to know. Thank you. Uh, Cadmium Red Feral Kitten. I keep wanting to say your other name, but since you're not using your other name, I'm using that one. Rotten little ninny muggins. Okay. um, my head is in the right space this week. I am working on my work on my project too. All 31 in one painting. Thanks for the inspiration. Ah, cool. Glad I inspired someone. Okay, where are we gonna start? I've done enough talking. I feel like Angela. Um, I can't. I can't. You may notice, or you may not, there are 6 new colors in my palette as well. Um, I got a purple lake, mauve, indigo, emerald, burnt sienna, and an actual black. The reason I have an actual black is because I'm pretty sure the black I've been using is that liquid charcoal that Angela sent me. So I'm pretty sure I shouldn't be using that in a watercolor piece. So, got some actual black. Where are we going to start? I know I need to define the edge here, so I can probably start with that. Get a little black, try and mix up some white gray. There's going to be a little bit of color in this. So there's just like an edge here that I'm just gonna kind of try and block it, because this is supposed to be like a dissected view of the land. I guess that's how you would say it. I just want something to differentiate. This is above, above the ground, and this is below the ground. Take a little bit more of that out. Just darken here a bit. Just a bit. Once this dries, I can come in and try and give it like some more texture or something. Right now it's a little too wet. Okay. So, I have no idea if I have any clean water either, so I don't know if I actually managed to leave any of them clean. I can't see the little one closest to me. It might have a little yellow or orange in it, but hey, it's what I got. Okay, so I'm going to try and get a little bit of this round color and add a bit of that black to it, darken it up a bit. It's not going to be enough. So, how did I make that ground color? That's the question. Maybe I can drop a little of this burnt sienna in there. They are not quite dry yet in the half pans, quarter pans, whatever these are. That might be a little too brown. See if I can lighten that up. I had to break through the candy shell to get to the burnt sienna and made everything a little too bright. A little too bright, a little too brown. My brain will start working eventually. Okay. So, kind of want to feed this into here just a little bit, get some like kind of glow around this area. Right down here at the bottom, just a tiny little. Trying to get that yellowy color out of there. Okay. And I know I want to do some blacks because I want to really start getting the contrast in. So there are parts that I know are going to be pretty much solid black. So I'm going to do those to try and help build this up. So I need a clean spot up there. I can use some of this black. A little bit of water. It's kind of goopy at the moment because, like I said, they're not dry yet. I'm going to end up making this way too wet. Okay, so. I was a little too close in there. Put this in a bit. Since this is all rock down here, I'm not going to try and get like, a solid color. I'm going to kind of let the paint do what it wants. Maybe we'll get some rocky texture. I'm putting it on very wet. And I don't have to go to the edge, but I am. Try and keep this corner darker. And just to reiterate, because I don't think I relinked it, I am using Grumbacher watercolor paints as well as some Cotman. Some of the new ones that I've been adding are Cotman brand, Winsor and Newton Cotman. They are not the Grumbacher because I don't even know if I can find those anymore. Okay, so oh, there's some of that thunder. It's thundering and lightning, and the rain is falling, and hopefully, we won't lose power like I always do. Yeah, I know they still make it, and I would probably have to order it because I've looked at every store I can go to around here, and nobody ever seems to have it. I'm just trying to build a little texture into these cave areas. Places where the light is going to be kind of refracting. This is inside or behind. Well, technically, I guess you would say that's behind the cup. The little cup that's collecting water. Trying to get a very fine line in here. Close enough. Let's see if we can make some of this a little darker. Definitely darker. Just trying to get my tones right. Trying to see what it looks like on the screen. While I let that dry, this letting the texture build up on its own. This is all wet on dry. I have not wet this at all. Keep some fun little shapes in this draining water, hopefully. But also build up some texture in here. This is the filtering water. I still got to go completely through the list, which I seem to have forgotten to. I've forgotten that I was doing that. That stuff's drying already. I went over my drip there. That was bad. While I have all this color out, I need to just tint some of this a bit, just to make it darker. More composition, more values and tones. Hopefully this won't be too bad. That was way too much. But it's okay. We'll deal with it. Okay, how are we doing here? I do need more of that. Build this up as much as I can while I can. Woo! Let me take a little bit of that flat. See if I can. Start getting some texture in here. Just making squiggles where I think the light is hitting. Getting a little darker towards the corner, a little more filled in. It is really coming down out there now. Oh boy. Okay, a little more texture up here. See if I can. Make sure that's not too wet. Kind of trying to just hug the top of these little stripes. And it's working a little bit, but not as well as I would like. We try and get some more of this color in here. Yeah, hold on. That's a waste of color. I gotta move these. My little brushes are in the way. I need some of this this titanium buff. Did I get that right, Angela? A little bit of that color. Okay, so. Trying to slightly like create a gradient, but only by, you know, more color at the bottom than at the top. And I should have started at the bottom since I knew that's what I was going for, but I didn't. Make that a little darker as it gets in. This should have actually been darker in there. Here with the texture down, more solid towards where the light would be not hitting. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then the bottom darker. Throw some up there too. I mean, like darker, but still in the same color range, if I didn't make that obvious. all going to need a bit of work to get it to actually look the way I want it to. But we're making good time, I think. I'm going to order that down a bit. I'm just gonna glaze some of that color over this, so that's not white anymore. Back to a little bit darker. A little bit of blue in there. That's so I'm trying to make it the sand color, but I'm also trying to think about the glow from these little fires up here, which should be making it a little bit more orange. I'm afraid I'm going to go too orange. That was the wrong area. And all these little fires are supposed to be matchsticks, which are being used as torches. Just a little more orange. See if I can. That is ugly. No, I do not like that. Gotta get the floor too. Almost forgot the floor. Gotta have a little bit of that orange glow on the floor. All of them. Make sure I'm grabbing the right color here because one of them looks completely wrong. I think it's this one. Is that my brown? Yes. I have a purple. Well, it's like a violety purple, but in here, in the half pan, it looks brown. And I go to it for brown every time, and then it's purple. I just threw my brush. And now, yeah, that was a little too brown. So I'm gonna thin that out a bit. Really just trying to get this texture built in better. By overlapping the colors. I know I want to put a little bit in here. That needs to be darker. Like much darker for that little spot. It's hard for me to tell if this is working because I'm so close to it. Okay, so now that we got some texture in there, let's continue with our list. Okay, arch. I think arch was the next one I needed to do, which is all the little mouse holes, right? I've been ignoring the chat, I'm sure. This looks so nice. Art of Joseph Finchum. I really like the ideas you incorporated. Thank you, D-Lin. Are they glowing? I hope so. They need like that spot of white right in the center, you know, with a little bit of yellow on it. Uh, George Pencil Art, if I didn't answer that kind of sort of already. Torch, I think, was one of them. Why did I have the Why did I have the matches as the torch? Wasn't that? I don't remember. Maybe that's luminous. Yeah, up D Lynn said luminous, yeah. Okay, so uh their little home is a spiral, or at least it was supposed to be. It's kind of looking less like a spiral, but this is also kind of spirally. And the little like sinking hole, maybe. Um, the vitamins are spilled out over here, and the mice are eating them. Fiber. Uh, I think fiber is supposed to be this rope, which is supposed to be like a vine. Haven't gotten there yet. The plant is over here. The record. They have widened the hole, obviously. Striped can be this thing over here. It can be this up here. Filter. The water is filtering through and collecting in the bowl. I'm going to try and fix those drops at some point. Pull. They are pulling up this box. The waves are coming in, are the tidal forces. The 7-Up bottle shooting the signal mouse into the air is the effervescent. That's why there's a little bit of splash there. A little whoosh. Luminous, I assume, are the lights. I really thought torch was in here for some reason. Huh. Global, the globe. Obstacle is the rock slide. Sweet is the candy bar, which they are also eating. Serenity is the little mouse over here meditating on the leaf. Deck is the deck of the boat. And shell is this seashell buried over here. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all 31. I'm sure they're all here. At least I hope they're all here. Mix a little bit of that brown with some of the black to try and just make it a little darker. Hopefully not too dark though. Add some texture here in this thing. This weird space between sand and the underground world that they have been building for themselves. I don't want it to look too much like I'm just scribbling it for no reason. It's got to stop looking like I'm trying to write stuff in script. Because my hand is naturally trying to do some of those, like movements of script writing. And bring some of this texture down to here, just to give it a little bit more color and transition. We're getting there. Mm-hmm. really want this to look like it's, you know, set in there better. You know, it's stuck in this wall. It's not something that's on top of it. That probably doesn't translate at all. That little tiny bowl down there. I'm pretty much using this one brush for this whole paint so far. Um, what was I just thinking of doing? Oh yeah, I need some of that kind of rocky sand color that I made earlier. This over here is supposed to be colored too. If I can just, I don't want any of this white, so I'm just gonna try and push all of this back a little bit. I should do it. I need that brown again so I can start merging these pieces together. It's going to be darker. Let's see if I can get just a little bit more color in that. There, nice and dark. Building up this texture. Okay. Just trying to get this to blend a little better. I want this darker. So we're gonna see if we can darken all this up a bit. Nice little wash. We're getting somewhere. We've got some values to work on. Going to no, hold on. I want to kind of wet this whole thing. Let that kind of bleed together a bit. Dry that off a tiny bit. I want the paper wet. I don't want a puddle. It's got a little bit more dimension to it. give myself a slightly clean spot. Want some more of that titanium buff. So that's all going in here. Trying to make it look more like sand, castle, cave, I don't know. And get rid of the white. This needs like a hint of that's more sandy color. See if we can do that. Just so it's different from the sand castle part thing. I hope it's actually selling it, the underground part. I'm thinking it's not really dark enough, if that makes sense. Where was I going with this? Oh, up here. You covered in all these little floor pieces that I forgot. Where they're catching the most light. Thinking in there. Maybe I should just make this solid all the way up so that it's really popping out. And then start with the texture. Pull a little bit of that out. Thin it a little. I need to go a little darker in that one spot, right at the edge. Now let's leave a little dangerously. Blend some of that away. So it's not so harsh. Okay, let me see if I can do this little study, because that's been, how am I going to do this study? Okay, the shelves are kind of in. I know you can't see that because it's so dang tiny. I'm going to let those shelves dry before I try and put any books on them. But I can try and do his little book, which would be, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to completely work, but we'll see. Let's let some stuff dry. I'm going to go back to that black. Try and get a nice solid black for to recover some of these little mouse holes. At least the darkest spots of them. should have started from the left and made my way right because that was dumb. And before I completely finish, I do want to try and add like a couple more little mice here and there. Like I was thinking one or two that are hanging out on the beach with like right over here with that. Now surfers put their surfboards in the sand and stand them up. Like one or two there with two more feathers to make sure the feathers are understood that the surfboards are feathers. Is it completely necessary? Probably not. That's too wet. That looks too white here. I don't know. Should that be darker? Okay. I think that's working. I'm going to try and get highlight. See if I can get some of this crystallized white to be white, turn back into paint. I may have to end up toning that down, but we'll see. and make these waves look a little bit more frothy, and as well try and cover up a little bit of the pencil marks that are still visible. Okay. What else do we need to do? I really don't like the glass. um, give this little puddle some depth. Little waves of its own. missed that whole spot up there. But apparently I did. Good for the Aussie swimmers. I know it's the first chat I've checked in a while. I'm sorry. Eyes are bugging out a bit. Getting blurry. Really can't handle this much concentration anymore. Okay. And I really wish I knew why. Trying to give some of this junk stuff a little bit of dimension to it. Okay. We're doing the best we can. We're going for something, and I don't know if it's actually. Yeah, the sand needs some kind of dark spots, some shadowing, and as well some highlights. See how well this white spots work. I mean, it really looks like it's glowing there, but that's just the light reflecting off of it, I think. I think I went too quick for Angela. Okay. We should start getting some of these mice in here. What color is the mice gonna be? That is the question. I think like gray. See if I can make it opaque gray. You're a tiny little guy, so we get you done. Just a tiny little guy. Surfing guy. I don't want them all the same color, so I'm just trying to figure out which ones to do. Trying to get some of that opaque white again, but just white. Trying to cover up some of the pencil lines. That's all. I don't know if that's working. I think that eye was off center. It's hard to make tiny little eyes when you can't see what you're doing. Okay, which, this one? There's a blank spot. Go in there. I don't think that was the right one. Just trying to add a little pink into all of their ears. Those guys still need a little something. You're hiding in the back here, but you should get some picture. You're a white mouse hiding in the back there. Maybe you need some eyes. Just trying to think of what I need to get finished to make it look, finished. Ah, thank you, the other Tara. Oh, it definitely could be a children's story. Let me put that away. Where was that? Here. add just some more color to this sand without wrecking anything I've already done, I hope. I don't know. I think I might have let the sand get away from me. I don't even know what this color is. I'm just going to take some of it. So I'm just going to use it to tint something. It's something over here. Suck most of that back up. I forget all these little windows and porthole things. Like back here looks a lot more sandy than it does on the picture, on the video. But it's definitely closer to what I was going for, so that's good. trying to darken it based on what it looks like on the screen for you guys and not what it actually looks like. Yeah, it's not bad. Not great, but it's not bad. That should definitely be dark. Yep. I think that's where we're called. There is one more thing I should maybe do, if I can. I'm gonna have to stand up for this one, sorry. Yeah. That's a little bit pinkish, but I don't think it's showing up very well on the camera. Like, you can't even tell there's any blue up here. Let me see if I can shade it a bit. Yeah, that pink's not coming through. Maybe a little bit. Okay. Now, how am I going to sign this thing? Probably down here. So I'm going to have to mix up some more of the whitish white. Whitish white. Hopefully that'll work. It's hard to break down these little crystals. I gotta re-wet this and see if it'll dry better. Clark, that's the Dr. P.H. Martins. Close enough. There's always one thing you forget. Do I want that to be orange? Actually, there's a couple things I'm forgetting. And I don't think I want that orange. I think I want that black. Because that's supposed to be like a bumper type thing. Always that thing you forget. I don't know if I want to do that. I'm gonna stop futzing with it. Futzing. I said it again. Or was it Angela who said it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Uh, yes, Dylan, we will see it on the replay. I hope I didn't miss anybody pop in and pop out because we all know how terribly bad I am at keeping my eye on the chat. I get too into the art. The art's fun. Okay. I think that does it. I'm still not happy with the rush. I think maybe I should add like a little mouse in here that's like rushing somewhere or something. I didn't paint in that box or the vine. See, this is why I shouldn't play with things. Turning into Angela and I'm going overtime. But I gotta have that plant fiber. Leaves sticking off here and there. Okay, that'll work. Just enough to kind of try and sell. Okay, thank you all very much for putting up with me and joining me and pulling a Clark extended session. Yes, sort of. I know we're over time, right? At least over my time that I've allotted myself. Okay, so I might do some little touch-ups here and there. I might add in those extra mice I was talking about, or at least try to do that. Yeah, I think it came out okay. It was fun. Okay, thank you all for being here. Hit the buttons, do the things. Thank you, D. Lynn and Clark Fine Art, for being here. D. Lynn for doing an awesome job as a mod, and Clark Fine Art for doing an awesome job as a moderator and now producer. I guess you get a bumped up credit since you're the scene changer. Yes, I will definitely try and get some more close up images and fix some things. There's like little things, like the top of that like smokestack looking thing. Not the black one, but the striped one that needs some work. But for now, I'll call it done for now because it's July. What's today, the 29th? I don't know. But yeah, okay. Check out the socials, check out the things, all the links for everything I've mentioned, and as well as Patreon and D-Lin and Clark Fine Art. All those things all the links are in the description. Check them out. There's also the affiliate links if it helps if people use them. So, yeah, we did it. I think we did it. We'll call it done. Yeah, we'll call it. It's not done. Anyway, thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, what's up everybody, and thanks for watching. First off, a big thanks to my moderators, Clark Fine Art and D. Lynn Creative Arts. Links in the description, go check them out, they're great. They really help out by keeping the chat lively and in order. But don't go anywhere just yet. There are other ways you can help support my channel, like checking out my Patreon, as others have, where you can follow for free or select a tier that fits your needs. You can hop on over to my website where you have access to my original arts as well as prints, and even check out the merch store where new stuff is added now and then. If you'd like to check out more of my stuff, you can do so by checking out some videos over here, or you can subscribe by clicking the thing here. And of course you can hit the buttons and do the things. YouTube loves it when you hit the like button, the subscribe button, ring the bell, and share it to all of your social medias. You rock, you're all awesome, and together we make great art. Thanks again for watching, and